You ready?
Yep.
All right, my name is Dan, and I play electronics in the band.
My name is Bart,
and I also
and
play
I primarily play
a tiny
drums.
amount of guitar.
And
My name is Jonathan
I also
Henderson.
play
In
guitar and
Invisible,
some
I've
bass
played,
and some keyboards and anything else.
various instruments
that is put in
like
front of me
guitar,
sometimes.
My name is
bass,
Mark Dixon.
drum
and
set,
in Invisible.
percussion.
I mostly play the bass, but I also play
synths and
I'm also on
theremin,
vocals at times,
and
and
upright bass. That was a good one.
and also
I
play
think that's probably
play
about it.
play drums, stand up percussion. It's like strap on bass drums, and yeah, that's it. The four of us started getting together just to improvise and had no intentions of going much further. I certainly didn't. It was just like, hey, we're gonna go out to the school and we're gonna play some music. And so I threw a few things in my backpack and rode out to Jonathan's house, and we went out to the school and we just improvised for about 2, maybe 3 hours and recorded it and had enough fun to say at the end, well, when do y'all want to do this again? So we just started doing it again.
I think one way that we are experimental is we take a really conservative lineup, guitar, drums, and bass, and electronics. That's a rock band format, and we don't do rock music really, but sometimes we'll like pretend to do rock music. It's really hard to describe like what we do.
We had a pretty explicit conversation about not wanting to get locked into a particular sound. So I think that we're always experimenting with new sounds and new approaches to creating music and performing together. I think it's always kind of in flux.
Our sound changes from time to time, from show to show. I'm sure that sometimes we've come off as just being like a noise band where we're just a wall of sound and noise, and other times we've come off as being very sparse and minimal. The first 2 shows we did had this projection thing going on where we were playing with the video. As it changed, we would change. And then later we played a show with Mark's typewriter piano invention that was all about the typewriter and the piano. And we wrote songs to show the different ways that we could interact with the text and the notes that were being played.
Yeah, so this is an IBM Selectric typewriter, and it is attached to this piano such that when you play a letter on the typewriter, it plays a note on the piano. I came up with this idea and I called back home and I talked to Bart and I talked to Jonathan and I talked to Dan and I said, here's this idea. If I can do this, if I can pull this off, would y'all be interested in playing with this machine as the band? And they were really supportive of the idea. And I called my friend Fred and said, Fred, I can't do this without your skills. Can we collaborate on this? And he was excited about it. So yeah, everybody was on board from the first minute. I'm always trying to figure out how to use pianos because you can come by them pretty easily. A lot of pianos are thrown away because people move out of their house and they haven't kept it in tune or whatever. So it occurred to me one day I was listening to my housemate Jody, who's a professional typist. She was in her room typing and she types like a machine gun. And I thought, if she if she was on a different machine that would be making music because she's so dexterous with her fingers. So that kind of led by hook or by crook to the idea to make this device that translates the skills of somebody who can type to a musical purpose.
Is it common in households?
The sound we make when we're improvising, playing electric instruments is pretty different from the sound that we make when we're performing with one of Mark's inventions or in the privacy of our practice space, like trying to make music only a cappella or trying out some other kind of experiment like that.
I think that is definitely why I consider us, or how I consider us, an experimental band. It's not just the individual songs that we write or the way that we play a song. It's over the course of our time as being a band, we have shifted forms several times, and we'll continue to do so.